again, and I am back. I am doing my YouTube channel, Geriatric Care 1, and we are doing a brand new playlist, partnering as a geriatric care manager with private duty home care agency, and how do you do that? And how do you get the perfect care provider? And I've just been talking about that with the person who's filming this. As I talked, you need a perfect staffing coordinator at the agency, and go back and look at what I talked about that. And you should have a form, I talked about that you pass on as to, it's like a prescription. This is the kind of care provider I want. Driving, lifting, speaking Spanish, being able to go blah, blah, blah. You want that basically as an order to the staffing coordinator. Then you want to interview the care provider, and then you want to go on a regular basis and check them, because a private duty home care agency, depending upon the state, the laws only say maybe every 2 months they need to visit. So that is crisis management, not sort of planning ahead and averting a crisis. You do that through monitoring. You want to establish a relationship with a staffing coordinator. You want to make sure that that you can work together. How will they get your job description, your order for the care provider? How will you co-supervise together? Put that down in writing, in a systematic form. First we do this, then we do that. That's an operations manual for you. And how do you alert them about certain issues? Can the care providers call you directly? Do they call the staffing coordinator, and then the staffing coordinator calls you? Because when you go, you could find a million problems with the care provider, and the care provider, him or herself, during the week that you're not there, may find problems themselves, and they may want to call you. Is that the protocol? Establish protocols. And then you want to create a list of reasons that the agency is going to consult with you. These are called consultation guidelines. And that means if the care provider is sick, and half of staffing replacements, 3/4, are all because of these reasons. The care provider can't show up for whatever reason. Does the staffing coordinator call you and tell you, and they are going to tell you they're going to get somebody right away? You want them to be able to cover that shift right away, or, as I said, you're only as strong as your weakest link. The client is going to fire you, or the client's daughter, if that doesn't happen. If care providers need to be permanently replaced, they've moved, does the staffing coordinator call you? If they're having problems with the client, with the care provider, does the staffing coordinator call you? So all the protocols about how you are contacted, and you agree and they agree. You've got to have a little manual about this. And how you alert the care providers that they need, how you alert the agency that their care providers need counseling. Because again, you can't just fire anybody. There's labor law. So, how do you want to, set up this care provider is coming in late every day. I'm not employing them, you are. You need to counsel them. How do you get to the staffing coordinator about that? It has to be in a formal way. How do if you go and the care provider isn't there, you may want to just fire them. How do you do that with the state law that the agency's following? And again, I talked about this. You want to do training when they train the care providers, the new ones, but you may want to do individual training. We would always take our care plan that we developed, and we had a care plan in the home. So you're going to have 2 care plans there. It's another issue. The home care agency has a care plan, and you have a care plan. We would always sit down and train the new care providers on our care plan, so they knew what our expectations were. Is the agency going to let you do that? But that's important, because again, you're only as strong as that weakest link. I keep throwing that at you, but it's going to hit you like a rock if you don't understand it. And can you staff with an emergency care plan? We always had an emergency care plan if we needed somebody there in 2 hours, usually in the middle of the night, discharged from the hospital or something like that. It's very rare, but can you develop that, and will they work with you with it? I'm giving you a list of long things, but it's really important. And I will see you next time. Always go to my website, cathycress.com.